Yeah, I just thought I'd throw up some early thoughts on the Xencelabs small tablet. Yeah, it's just I don't know what I have to do to find a good quality tablet that runs on Mac OS. It baffles me. I mean, I've bought the small tablet, like I say, and it's cost best part of £200, which to me, I think that's quite a lot of money for a pen tablet. And they've just let themselves down with like the driver implementation. The tablet itself feels really nice. All the packaging's really nice. The way that the pens come in like a really nice case, which is really nice, and the nibs and spare nibs and all the rest of it, really nice. They've thrown in two pens, which I find a bit baffling to me. But one's like mediocre and one's mediocre to good, and one's just like this really thin pen, which is pretty rubbish, I think, really. To my mind, they'd have been far better just doing one really nice pen than two substandard pens. But all that I could forgive them, but they've just done this like really crappy like driver implementation on macOS. I mean, again, the main part of it is quite nice. It's quite simple. It looks quite modern. It's arguably better than Wacom's. Just the actual visual appearance of it. But then they've just let themselves down. Like on most Mac apps, in preferences or in the preferences part of the app, you'd have two options, or this needs two options. One should be run at startup, which I just don't get why they've not included that. Because if this app isn't running, then the click functionality don't work, which I just find totally baffling. So you've got to have this running. And then another option that you should have, I think, is don't show in the menu bar. So you've got this like dumb icon in the menu bar that they haven't even gone to the trouble of making white like all the other icons. So you've just got this dumb icon in your menu bar. And it doesn't do anything. All it does is open that. So it's like, why would you want that in your menu bar? Do you know what I mean? Why? Oh, if you're going to put it there, at least give me an option there that says, like I said, it should run at startup, and the other one in the checkbox should be, don't show in menu bar. Nearly every Mac app or any Mac app worth its salt will have that. Don't show in the menu bar. It's just dumb, I think, just having that there. It's just like, why? And it just looks ugly. I know it might only seem like a small thing, but it's just silly. And then, like I say, if you quit this, so you think, my first reaction, well, I'll just quit it then. But you can't, because if you quit it, none of the clicks work then. So it's just like, it's just really sloppy, because the actual core part of it, they've done really well. I mean, my bottom button isn't working as well, so I'm going to have to return it on that basis anyway. But I don't know, I just think, I don't get how a company like Xencelabs can go to all this trouble of like, designing a really nice pen, really nice tablet, like doing a really nice design of the driver, implementing it so it's 95% there, but then like missing like really basic stuff like this. It's just a few percent of way from being really nice, because I'm using like the big pen and it feels alright, it feels quite nice. I'm using the wireless connection, that all worked perfectly. All the hard stuff they've done really well. And then just like these little silly things they've just totally flopped on, I think. And it's just such a shame, because when I'm running this app, I don't want that in my dock and that in my menu bar every time I'm running this app. I know there's like utilities you can get to hide that, but that's beside the point, and I definitely don't want that running like that in my dock. I don't know, it just seems bizarre to me. I mean, I've got an app here, well, I won't go into that particular app, but I've got several apps that I've downloaded completely free that have all that functionality, where you can hide it from the menu bar, hide it from the dock. I mean, I've got one that just manages the way that the scroll works, completely free of charge, and that has that functionality built in. So it's just, I don't know, I just find it baffling. I just thought I'd give you a quick few thoughts on it, because I'm using this Xencelabs as well, I should have said right at the beginning, as a mouse replacement. I'm not like into art or anything. I mean, I do some graphics work, but I'm not using it like in Photoshop as a brush or anything. I'm using it as a mouse replacement, which I have done loads of times before with Wacom tablets. But I just thought I'd give one of these Xencelabs a try. But unfortunately, it's going to have to be returned. So, sorry, Xencelabs.